In this short clip, I'll show how a library user logging into the system can place a hold on an item. A hold is where the item is available for pickup at a later time. And I'll also show the same user putting a reserve on an item. A reserve is where the item is currently out to another patron or unavailable for some reason, and I would like to be put on a queue for its availability, and once it's available to be notified so I can borrow the item. I've searched for a title and I see the title is in the library and it is available. I'm going to click the request button and have my name put on the item for pickup at a later time. I'll put in my email. I don't need my phone. The expiry date is if I needed the item before a certain date, I could put the date in, but in this case, I just want the item. I'm going to submit the request. I see that my request has been submitted and they'll let me know when the item is available. Turn another search. I see that the item is not available. Availability is 0. It's on loan, so I'll request this item as well. This is a reserve. I'll put in my email. I do want the item anytime, so I will not enter an expiry date, and I'll submit the request. Let's have a look at my requests. My file logged in as a user, library user, my requests, and I see 2 requests active, and they're both noted as requested. I could cancel over on the far right. I'm not going to. And here is a bit of a history on other requests and holds and reserves that I've put in. Now I'm going to log off as a library user and log in as a librarian and process the hold. Librarian, my task reminder is notifying me that I have 5 items to address. I'm going to start with the reserves. 2 reserves need processing. Let's see what we have. We have 2 pending. The first one is going to be a hold because in the red area it's got a 0, so it's not checked out. So this David Hume has requested the item, so that would be a hold for pickup later. And then the second item looks like it is out. It's out on loan, so David Hume will be put on a queue so that when the book is becoming available, he'll be notified for pickup. I'm going to approve both the hold and the reserve request. Check mark, process checked actions. Let's have a look at the active. The active is the item is still out, my hold is here, and I'll receive notification when it becomes available. On hold. Here is the hold that David Hume, the library user, placed into the library. It is available and it is ready for pickup. So I'm going to mark it ready, and I'm now going to click Mark Ready in Email. The library user will be notified that the item is available. A reserve notice has been sent. I'll close. As the library user, I've received an email letting me know that the item that I put a hold on is being held and it's available to pick up before 3/6/2024, meaning the library gives me a certain amount of time to come in and pick up the hold. If I don't make it in time, the item will be placed back onto the shelves for other patrons. Been notified, the library user has stopped into the library to pick up the item being held. I'll scan the item. The scanner will also click the loans button. And I see the item is out. So we have 1 item out to the library user, and here's my due date. I see another item is on reserve, the reserve date, the reserve expires date, call number, and when that book becomes available, we'll let the library user know. Returns. I'll enter in scan a barcode from a library item being returned. I've just received an audio response that the item has been returned successfully and now it's on hold for David Hume, who had placed it on reserve using his own account. Let's pull up Mr. Hume's account and loan the item out. Oh, actually, no. Let's notify Mr. Hume first. Admin, Reports and Tools. We'll go to the reserved items. So the item that was currently on reserve is now being on hold. It's been placed on hold by the system. There it is. I'm going to click ready, mark ready in email, and the library user will receive an email. The library user is now in the library. We go to loans. We pull up the library user's account to process the former reserve item that's been returned and is now on hold. Switch user to the proper user. And here we go. We see the item that's out. Here we see another item that's been reserved. We'll process that. Loan the item out. So now both items are out. One which was placed on hold, the other which was placed on a reserve by the user, are now in the hands of the user. That's the entire process.